Man, there are a lot of podcasts out there.
Definitely. I mean, there's 3 million shows, 50 million episodes, and more every day.
I mean, who has the time to figure out which ones are the best podcasts?
We do. That's who. What's up, guys? I am Alicia Renee.
And I'm Dax Holt.
And we are your host of Pod Sauce, a podcast discovery show.
Look at us as your podcast concierge.
We do all the work for you. We listen to the shows, review them,
pick the best episodes, and interview the hosts.
Pod Sauce. Let us help you find your next binge. Tell them where to go, Dax.
Go to podsauce.com.
Clear Eyes, Full Hearts is an episode-by-episode inside look at the hit TV show Friday Night Lights. I'm Stacey Oristano, a.k.a. Mindy Collette Riggins.
And I'm Derek Phillips, a.k.a. Billy Riggins.
Join us each week as we rewatch every episode of Friday Night Lights.
We'll answer fan questions.
And we'll chat with some of your favorite cast members.
Clear Eyes, Full Hearts is a podcast presentation of Cadence 13 in association with Black Barrel Media and Ritual Productions. Listen now for free on Odyssey or wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't you know we're riding with the king?
He's a treasure. Howard Eskin really is a treasure. We're back, Marks and Reese.
I'm more of a treasure than that stiff Benjamin Simmons.
He's a treasure.
So Howard, we're talking last night during the.
Let the record show that was Howard clapping off beat in the background.
That's what he does, Ike. That's what he does. The last night we're talking about today and anticipation of the press conference and what you're going to ask him. And we never actually said, which was probably the reality, was he was never going to talk at that press conference. He came to work today the fact that he wouldn't go out for defensive drills a couple times, he had no intention of speaking to the media. He got what he wanted. He got suspended. It's over.
Yeah, but how stupid is he? It cost him, what, $300,000?
Probably was not anticipating that to happen, yeah. He probably wasn't thinking that would happen.
But even when he speaks to the media, he doesn't speak because he's dismissive. He's got short answers. It would have been a joke. It would have been worse, and the media would have been more angry, and then the fans would have been more angry. I think I said to you, John, and maybe to Brandon, I don't think he was going to play on Friday either. Now this is an out, and Glenn Rivers said, "Well, we'll see at practice on Thursday." If they're playing Wednesday night, they probably won't have a practice on Thursday.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to go to practice.
Shoot
around on Thursday. He's going to show up, and everything's going to be fine.
Thursday because the game's on Friday, so they'll have a shoot around before the game on Friday.
Oh, is that how they do
it?
Okay.
Howard, he's not going to play on Friday.
Correct. That's what I said.
I don't believe he's going to play another game for the 76ers, nor do I want him. I just want him out. I want him out, and here's what I would do right now. If there's not a trade out there to be made, I'd send him home and I'd pay him until you can figure something out. If that's a couple weeks, that's a couple weeks. If that's a couple months, that's a couple months. Because so out of spite, you're going to make him come in, be a distraction, tick his teammates off, just so he has to conform and he has to play. I'm not doing that.
Well, and every game that he could play, the questions will be directed to the other players about Simmons and whether he was engaged, whether what did he how did he react? Seth Curry, who's a little bit of a smart ass, he got a little bit of an edge to him, but it's okay. I mean, I have no problem. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I don't know if I asked it or somebody else asked it. He says, we're all good. We know what we're doing. We know who we're playing. He said, I forget. I'm paraphrasing now. I don't remember the exact words, but I posted that on Twitter too. I shot that live with the others. And he basically said, we know what we're doing. We got our guys, and we know what we're doing. Whether he didn't even say whether he's here, but we know what we're doing. I said, how do you know what you're doing? This I did ask. When you don't know who's playing next to you.
Right.
Oh, I know who's playing next to me. So
I think now they do.
Just by that comment, he might already believe that I don't know if it's Maxey that's going to start at the point guard, whoever it is, because I think Thibault's better coming off the bench. But, I mean,
I agree with that.
The coach will figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, he may. He hasn't figured out a lot of things. But nonetheless, so I think he already feels it's not going to be Simmons just by that response. I may be reading something into it, but Embiid was I don't like some of the things that Joel does, and I think he wants to win, but he wants to win the way he wants to win. He should have had his meniscus surgery, but I'll pass by that until he's out for a game. But the reality is he buried Simmons.
So I had the back and forth with you and Joel. Is this with Howard? Back and forth. Here it is earlier.
Do you feel he is still disrespecting the team by what happened today? Like I said, I'm done talking about. That's not my job. That's those guys, front office. His teammate. Well, you can see, man. You can look into it. Like I said, he just got suspended. His attitude based on whatever has been reported. I'll let you guys read into that. I have nothing to say about the matter. It is not my problem. I get paid to, deliver, and that's to win games, and obviously the ultimate goal is to win a championship. And like I always say, I can't do it alone.
Yep.
He talked about him. He's not his babysitter. Mm-hmm. So then when he was walking away, they cut it off. They cut it off at a certain point. And I said, "How much do you charge for babysitting?" And he laughed and he said, "A lot." He said, yeah. I said, "How much?" $10 million. I said, "Okay." It might cost Sixers $10 million to have him sit. And maybe somebody's got to coddle him. And
so what's next, Howard?
I don't think the Sixers just want to pay him and him get his way and not play. I think they're going to put him out there again and wait for him to do something, and then they can suspend him again. I think I heard you had a caller that said, well, you can only suspend him so many times. Well, you can keep on suspending him if he keeps on violating what are called team rules.
So you know what he does, Howard? He goes out there and he just goes through the motions, so he doesn't get fined, and it doesn't help you on the court, and it pisses everybody on the team off just because you won't want to let him get his way. It's big. It's bigger than that now. Yeah. He's going to get his way. He's going to get traded. So what are you going to do? Just out of spite, make him go out there? The hell with that.
Yeah. Here's my plan. And somebody asked me, where would you trade him? And I said, I'd trade him to Minnesota. And they said, Minnesota? I said, yeah, because when he goes out and takes all his social media pictures with his shirt off in front of his new car that he gets, a new car every month, go take your shirt off and it's -5 degrees in Minnesota.
Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah, knock yourself out taking your shirt off on those pictures. That's where I want his ass to go. And he'd probably like Minnesota because those people wouldn't bury him.
No.
Well, they're just happy to have a guy that was in an All-Star game a couple times. So do you? Friday night is obviously the next. I don't think. Ben doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play in front of 76ers fans at the Wells Fargo Center as a Sixer. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's going to play on Friday night. Did the Sixers put him out there to try to tick him off even worse?
Sunday when Glenn Rivers was speaking, I asked him. I said, "Okay, will he play in the opener?" I'm not sure. So then I went through the scenario of, I says, well, if you don't play him then, does that mean you might not play him in the home opener because you know what's going to happen? He says, I'm not going to worry about that yet. That'll take care of itself. Well, it sure will. Now it's even worse. Can you imagine? They're going to have construction people there because when the people boo, they're going to blow the roof off of that building. They will torture him. And he's such a wimp. I want to use another word, but I can't.
Thank you.
He's such a. What do you mean, thank you?
Well, thank you for not using the other words you want to use.
Howard,
unbelievable. I think we know what you mean. We got you.
At this point,
turtle up. He's going to turtle up.
Yeah, but see, at this point, I wonder if this is when the back starts to bother him. Oh, actually.
Oh, yeah, that injury's coming. Yeah, that injury's coming.
Howard,
John, I wondered about that too.
Yeah.
That injury's coming.
After a while, the doctors jump in and said, "There's nothing on the MRI, and it's just you can go."
We got to go see a specialist.
No, Howard, I know.
We got to go see a specialist.
And I agree.
See a back specialist in Florida somewhere.
We can see a specialist.
It's a matter.
See a urologist. Is that what it is?
It's a matter of whether the 76ers want to play in this territory of suspending him. It's a cat and mouse game. He's going to file grievances. They're going to suspend him. He's going to have a hurt back. They're going to say he's faking. They're going to fight. It's not productive, and it's not going to do anything.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are we accomplishing from all of this?
Yeah, and I have said it in the past, and I think I may have said it with you guys. You got to trade him for whatever you can get, and I'm tired of hearing, well, we don't want to take 50 cents on the dollar. When he's only worth 25 cents on the dollar, you'd be ahead of the game. So you get his scrawny ass out of here. It really is that simple.
It is.
Because it's so not productive. We're calling out Simmons, and Glenn Rivers is, he's got to face the fire like Brett Brown had to do with all the suspension. That Scam Hinkie never did anything like that. You never faced the music. But Daryl Morey's not facing the music either. He has to be out there. He had to make the final decision on the suspension.
Yep.
So he had to do it. He's got to address it, and he's got to have some cojones to just get rid of him. And I mentioned it on the air. There's NBA general managers that won't take his call. And I've heard this from NBA people. There's NBA general managers that don't want to deal with him because he overvalues all his players, and he obviously has done that with Simmons. What value do you think Simmons has?
The same value he had 3 weeks ago, if not less.
Yeah,
3
he's got
months
less
ago.
because now now he's a pain in the ass, and now you have no bargaining power.
Yep.
So with no bargaining power, you've got to just get rid of
So
him.
here's what you do, Howard. Here's what I would do. And again, I don't know the details. I don't know.
Take T.J. McConnell for him.
I don't know. I mean, just based on what
TJ and Karis LeVert, let's do it.
Oh, we'd be happy. Your son would be happy too, Howard. But like,
Well, he's a Knicks fan.
that's right.
Wherever he goes, he's a fan.
So Howard,
The Spike Guest can deliver.
as of right now, and I'm going off of Woj's tweet that was talking about they're not just going to take role players. So that sounds like that's coming from Daryl Morey, who's saying we're not going to take role
You know
players.
who talks to Woj?
Who?
Josh Harris.
Ah.
Josh Harris is his source because Josh wants to be liked by anybody.
All right, so let's say it's Josh Harris. All right, so if
But
that's
he's getting it from Morey.
if that's really the case, that the trade offers are probably like here, first round draft pick and role player, and they don't want to do that. I'm not sure that you're going to get much more if you hang on to him and you wait. But if you're patient, once you get him out of here, that's like there's no more answering questions. Like Daryl's going to have to answer questions. Doc may have to answer questions. The players don't. He's out of here. Yeah. So he's out of here, and you wait. See if something happens. The landscape can change in the NBA. Maybe now a team is interested in December.
The team's best player is still here. Well, you know why the Cleveland Cavaliers can take back Isaiah Thomas and what other trash they get? Crowder. I'm trying to think what they got for Kyrie Irving when they traded Kyrie to Boston. What did they get? They got an injured Isaiah Thomas.
They got a bunch of matching salaries, pretty much.
You know why they could do that? Because the best player was still on the damn team.
Yeah.
Because trading Kyrie didn't do anything to the team. The best player still got him to the NBA Finals. That's why they could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm just saying, we're not trading away Joel Embiid. I'm with you, Howard. They need to get what they can get for Ben Simmons and move on.
I tried to make Charles Barkley aware a couple of years ago when he would say on the air, he's going to be a real, I don't know if he called him, he was going to be a great player. He's going to be a really good player. And I said, Charles, he's not going to be. He's so dismissive. He won't take coaching. If you watch him, and Charles doesn't see him every game, when he goes to the basket, he doesn't want to go where he's going to get contact.
Well, he knows that now, Howard.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So then Charles says to me, he says, when somebody asked him, we were playing golf, and he said, where's he going to trade him? I said, who wants a guy making $35 million who can't shoot? And that is clearly the reality of the situation. And a league that's all about shooters.
But it's also but Howard, if he couldn't shoot, but he had the mentality of, listen, I'm not a jump shooter, but I'll get to the line and I'll be aggressive and I'll try to finish at the rim, it would be a lot different. But everybody recognizes that this. Who wants a player like that? I mean, they're not going to give their top assets for a player like that. No. But some things could develop. I don't know. So
here, all I want, John, is a point guard. That's all I want. Just a point guard. I'm telling you, when T.J. McConnell played in that playoff, what was it, a few years ago? Yeah. They were a better team. He wasn't a better player,
right? But
they were a better team. And you know what Jimmy Butler said to people? They talk about, he's a defensive player of the year. My ass. He's guarding guys that he's 5 inches taller than.
Yes, that's his advantage.
So, and then Jimmy Butler said that to some, and I didn't talk to Jimmy about that. That's what he said. He says he's guarding guys that he's 5 inches bigger than. Let him. You say, okay, what position can he play? Well, you put him at forward, a point forward, whatever. Well, then he's going to have to guard somebody his size, and it's a little bit different.
Yeah, he ain't locking down Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and those guys.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so Howard, Doc Rivers was Glenn Rivers was he was a treat today. Yeah. I was so happy he had to come out and speak right afterwards. But he said it wasn't a big deal. He said, I sent him home early in practice. Not a big deal, Howard.
Yeah, it's just going to cost him another $350.
Not a big deal that I just suspended Ben Simmons.
How dismissive do you have to be to get thrown out of a practice? We talking practice.
I'm going to tell you I wasn't there, but I can imagine they knew something like this was brewing.
And they were prepared.
The footage got out yesterday. He probably was the same way yesterday as he was today, but the footage got out at the end of practice. So now that became a story. And then today, they were prepared. If he comes in here acting that way again today, we're not putting up with it. He's gone. Soon as I get the sense, this is what I'm dealing with.
Ask him to leave practice.
Yes.
He will suspend him for a game
Of
for
course.
contract detrimental, and then we'll take it from there. Yep.
You know what I was thinking, and I'm wondering, but I didn't see him because he wasn't there at practice. I wonder if he had his cell phone in his pocket so he could call Mommy. Because, Mommy, he's so coddled by his parents. Mommy, they're going to throw me out of practice now. What should I do?
Howard, that was a jersey in his pocket.
I know. That's what. That's what. These frauds bow down to the agents.
That was funny, though. That's a jersey in his pocket.
Yeah.
Why's the jersey in his pocket?
Why isn't he wearing the damn
exactly.
Right. That's shaped like a rectangle. Looks like a cell phone with a case on it.
What a joke.
All right, Howard, are you is Joe Giglio riding with the king?
Yeah, well, I'm riding tonight, and I'm going to ride his ass.
So you're going to be walking around here for...
Balls, man.
You're going to be walking around here for the next 3 hours, I guess.
Well,
then.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some more steps in. And I'm going to see the people in the street, and I'm going to carry a sign down Market Street as I'm walking down Market Street. Bleep Ben Simmons, get his butt out of here.
So Howard, last thing, what happens Friday night? Does he play?
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's no way in hell he's playing yet.
Wait a minute. Just think about these
no
dopey fans. I'll never forget a fan.
Let's not attack the fans.
Wait a minute. They're dopey. They're dopey. The ones that still want to.
The Spikecast can deliver.
Yeah, he delivered.
There's not many of them left.
Well, wait. There was a guy that called when I was on with Giglio one night, and I said they could have with a lot of effort, and I don't know what they had a chance to get James Harden, and a caller said, I don't want James Harden. What are you talking about? I said, who would you rather have? Ben Simmons or James Harden? And the guy said, James Harden. I said, Joe, I'm done.
He said Ben Simmons.
Yeah, he said Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, he said Ben Simmons.
Ask him that question right now, Howard. All right, King.
All right.
All right, brother. Thank you,
buddy.
It's always a pleasure. What a town we've got here.
And Howard, by the way,
it only in Philadelphia. You guys off of killing Nick Sirianni.
It did. It really did. Appreciate that.
And my buddy texted me and also said the betting aspect of this is also now you're going to put Ben Simmons out on the court and he's not trying.
Yeah,
right. And there's people betting money on the games.
Stay away from the Sixers.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
How many times will Ben Simmons cry during a game? The odds are 3-1 that he cries twice.
Well, I know what. After what happened today, there's no way he's showing up Friday at that Wells Fargo Center to play.
He will not be playing on Friday. No.
You know what? Even if he doesn't play, he won't be on the bench. No, because if. Let's say they don't.
Oh, I agree.
Him. He won't be on the bench.
Yeah, it's
a back injury.
Yeah, subjective.
He was getting treatment in the team.
Yeah. That's where you see the back injury. All right, there he is, Howard Eskin. Let's take a phone call.
King.
Rick in Malvern. Rick, what up? How are you?
Hey, guys, this is an unbelievable topic, and it bugs the heck out of me because I was a huge fan of his, and it's just a shame. And I'll tell you this, as a manager of people or whatever, how the hell does this guy come in and you don't have some kind of communication in a room and come to a meeting and agree that if you're going to get back on that court, you're going to behave properly like a professional? How does it get to the point where they let this guy on the court and then he gets thrown out of practice? I mean, don't everybody communicate at all anymore? I mean, he acted horribly unprofessionally, and he still is. And Rivers was stupid to say what he said. And Joel, who had 8 turnovers in the last game, shouldn't have said anything either. But you know what? They did. And in some ways, well, in every way, it was absolutely the truth. And then Simmons doesn't have the, to own up to it. and be a professional and say, you know what? I've got a problem. I got to work on it. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to be shooting 72%. And if he had done that, then that's all he has to do. Everybody says, oh, he needs to shoot threes or even a mid-range. He doesn't even need to do that. Just if you get fouled, go to the line and make your shots. But no, it didn't happen. And I don't understand how people can't manage people anymore. I mean, I think the ultimate question I'm asking, how does he get on the court at practice, and how does that happen? I would have either known he was going to do that or
got to kind of let him do it first, right?
Yeah. That's basically what it was, Rick. They probably say, you know what? If they had to assume that could happen, because you don't just knee-jerk kick the second. I mean, we're talking about a dude who was 3 months ago as the face of your franchise. I mean, Doc is basically telling everybody in this city that we don't know basketball and we need the treasure bin. How do you go from that to kicking the guy to being happy he's back, so you never were happy that he was back? You had conversations last week, couldn't tell anybody what the hell you were talking about, certainly weren't productive conversations because Ben's attitude hadn't changed. You didn't know whether he was going to play, he's in shape. You know, him and Han all over the place, Doc. Instead of just saying what the facts are, because you know why you won't say what the facts are? And how things really are, is because you're still trying to increase his trade value. You're not trying to foster a culture that's going to be a welcoming culture to Ben Simmons and bringing him back into the fold. Because you know why you're not doing that? I'm going to tell you why I know you're not doing that. You wouldn't have fined him. You could have sent him home without fining him. If you really wanted him to be here long term, and you want to win a championship with Ben, and we should treasure him and all that, well, you don't certainly seem to be treating him as if you want him back here. If he's acting like a petulant child, then send him home.
Which he is. Yeah.
But when you suspend him and you cost him more money, you're not signaling to Ben that you want him here, that he is welcome back in a loving environment, and you're trying to win him over with love. We know Ben Simmons is acting like a baby. We know he's pouting. But we as parents, right? Caller told me earlier today, I'm going to give you another parent analogy. Well, sometimes when the parent knows what the big picture is and what you're ultimately trying to achieve here, then you got to act in that manner. In other words, you don't add on to the issue here by if you want to punish a child, okay, you can send them to the room and let them think about it. But if you really and you add some encouraging words, you tell them why you're doing that by putting him on punishment. But if you spank a child and you yell at him, you degrade him, you demean him, and then you send him to the room, that child's in his room thinking, Mommy and Daddy don't really like me.
Well, I mean,
that's not what I'm saying. I just want you to understand the difference between like going overboard with your punishment.
But you could have thrown him out of practice and not suspended him, and then he's going to play in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could have just told him to leave practice.
And not only that, it created more of a firestorm here.
No, it really shows you that now they're kind of messing with him.
Yes. So,
you know what I mean?
So in Ben's mind, how is he supposed to internalize this as this is supposed to be in a loving environment that you want me to realize that's what it is?
Well, if Doc really thought that they still needed some time for everybody to process all this and to calm down, and maybe after a week or so, cooler's head prevailed, Ben says, all right. But instead, by throwing him out of practice, suspending him, having the press conference, he can't talk to the media and everything else. No, it's just like they're going through the motions of divorce too.
Yes. Yes, and that's why the whole idea of bringing him back, making it work, that's just nonsense.
They're just going to suspend him again, aren't they?
Nonsense. Yeah, this is just
they're being petty about this, aren't they?
Yes, this is them turning into petty.
Yep.
Petty Betty. This is them. They're saying, well, okay, the only recourse we have, take money from him.
And that's what they're doing.
And then some people may feel that way. But I'm just telling you there's a difference between doing that and saying we hope to bring him back into the fold and we want to win with him here. We think he's a very good player and we want to win championships with Ben. That's not what you're doing.
No, they're just answering questions because they don't want to say, yeah, we got to get rid of him, and they don't have any leverage. Yeah, no, they're going through the motions just like he's going through the motions.
And Joel lets you know he's tired of going through the motions.
And I don't blame him. All right, your phone call's next. 215-592-9494. What should the 76ers do? 215-592-9494. Coming up, Joel Embiid was asked what Ben was like during practice. What did he say? We'll play it for you. Next, Mark's.
From C13 Features, a new kind of listening experience.
He's back!
Help me!
Get out of there.
It's here.
No, don't let them in.
You can experience Treat, a podcast movie starring Kiernan Shipka, for free on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show.
New on Curiosity Stream. After man landed on the moon, what did all the rocket scientists do?
Hey, let's build a rocket that is simple in concept.
Pushing technology in ways that make today's rockets possible. It's Fly Rocket Fly. And one Mexican drug lord made himself a household name with cunning and savvy.
His business sense is worthy of a Harvard degree.
It's the origin of El Chapo and the CEO of Sinaloa. They're new this week on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are just $20. Visit curiositystream.com.
I'm Shayna.
And I'm Tracy, and we're the hosts of Band of Mothers podcasts. We're a little Wait, Don't Tell Me meets This American Life meets Thelma and Louise.
I can't wait to drive off a cliff with you.
You've been saying that since the 8th grade.
Each week, we feature real stories from moms just like you. Plus, we've got live performances, in-studio interviews, games, original music, and more.
So join our Band of Mothers and subscribe now on the Odyssey app or anywhere you listen to podcasts.
It's the Band of Mothers podcast.
It's cozy season, and MeUndies is here to help you go home for the holidays with their most festive holiday collection yet. MeUndies has something for everyone with new undies, bralettes, PJ sets, plush robes, and more. Available in sizes extra small through 4XL. Gift some me time with limited edition holiday prints and styles for every booty. Get 15% off your first order, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee at MeUndies.com/cozytime. That's MeUndies.com/cozytime.
Reese, 94 WIP.
In the days he was here, was he a loner?
I just said I don't care. Man, that's his problem. I'm only focused on what we've been doing, and then as a team we gonna be fine. We gonna, like I said, we love playing with each other. You can see in practice the way we move the ball, we talk to each other. So yeah.
Have you guys talked about it?
I'm too honest. So I answer that question no.
All right, that was Joel. Right after Doc spoke, right after Ben was supposed to speak but got suspended for conduct detrimental to the team. And according to Woj, he wouldn't participate in others. He wouldn't participate in team drills or in a defensive drill. Doc asked him a couple times. He declined each time, and that's when he tossed him and told him to leave practice, and the 76ers followed with the suspension. So that's where we are right now. But what do they do from here, I guess, is the question, Ike. And I don't know if they know. I don't know if they know what they're going to do. To the phones, Matt in Pottstown. The Matt in Pottstown. What's up, Matt?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
You?
What's up, Matt?
I think we all knew that nothing good was ever going to happen of Ben Simmons coming back here after everything that went on. The only thing I can fathom is that the organization felt they had to do their due diligence by taking this route, whereas if they do end up moving him somehow, if he does have some success as a team or individual, then they can sit back and say, look, we tried everything we could, blah, blah, blah. I think it's just more of that type of a move than anything else. They cannot believe in any way, shape, or form that he's coming back and playing for this team. He should not even be in the arena Friday. That would be detrimental to him, to the state, to everything. That's just not a good look. I think at this point it's going to end up taking some type of a 3-team type deal to get him out of here, in any capacity. And I am also on that train of let's move him right now because, like Howard said, you're trying to get 50 cents on the dollar when he's only worth a quarter. So it's not going to work out anyway. So my thing is, whatever the situation is, it isn't about punishment anymore. It's about holding your franchise, accountable with some pride, standing up for the rest of your guys that are here, supporting them, showing them that you have their back. Because like you said, bottom line, our best player is still going to be here. Yep. So you need to rally around and support the guys that are here, not just Joel, but you got to as much as he's kind of in my doghouse a little bit, you got to support Green. You got to support, Tobias and Curry and the rest of these guys. Yep. You've got to rally and stop with this Ben Simmons nonsense. He's got to go. I hope he's gone by the end of the month. By the end of the month, he's got to be out of here.
Got to be out of here.
That's even extending it. I'd like to see him going by the end of the week.
I agree, Matt. And listening to that cut of Joel on the way back in, I'm listening to Joel basically saying, you know what, we're going to be all right. I got us. I got this, man. I got us. I'm with players that want to be here. We're out here practicing, communicating, talking with each other. Like, I'm good. We're good. And that's what the organization needs. That's the mindset they need to have.
Agreed. 100%. That's what they need to do because, again, putting him out there is only undermining all those things Joel said. But here would be my other concern at this point. We've already said Joel's like the star player. We know that. What is this saying to him? What voice does he carry, off the court into the coaches, with the upper management? If you got a guy, your star player, saying we're rallying behind each other, we're communicating, we are basically being a better team by subtraction, yet you're still pushing this guy out in front of him.
Yeah, and you know what? He's got to let him know.
Yeah. And if he hasn't already done that, I'd be surprised if it's not coming soon. Because he's already said, and I think he said it in that last cut at the end there, he was laughing a little bit. He said, man, y'all know I'm honest. I can't answer that. So, in other words, if you're going to keep me in this situation and I'm the one who has to go out here and answer these questions as the face of this franchise, don't think I'm about to go out here and speak like a GM.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to lie about everything. So you're putting him in a tough position. Okay, here's what you do. Put my GM hat on. You call up all these teams that were interested in Ben Simmons this summer. And you say, fellas, you got till Sunday. You got till Sunday. Give me your best offer. Give me your best offer. Like, don't send me an offer if this is your best offer, then you don't really want him. But send me your best offer. I'm looking to move him. And you got to look at the 5 teams and the offers that they are presenting and say, you know what, this is, and then try to finagle with that. Okay, take this out, throw that in there. We'll add this in there, throw that out. You got to figure out a way that you can move on and build this team moving forward. What are you going to do, let Ben Simmons hold everybody hostage because he doesn't want to be here?
No.
So, to me, you got to figure out a way to move him as soon as possible, man. You do. And I'm sorry we're not going to get some huge haul in return for him that's going to set us up for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Here's what I say to that. Thankfully, we don't necessarily need that.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be scrapping this thing in 4 to 5 years anyway if it doesn't work out with Joel Embiid. We're going to be scrapping it.
If not sooner.
Yeah, if not sooner. But I'm just trying to be, they just gave him a 4-year extension, so I'm just trying to be optimistic and say you got at least 4 seasons to put a team together around Joel Embiid. Like, what are you doing? Ben Simmons, this isn't some sort of trade that's going to cripple the franchise for, how are we going to ever survive this? We trade Ben Simmons, we'll never recover.
Yeah, they'll be just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they'll be just fine trading Ben Simmons. And if there's one,
guess what?
Yeah.
You could have been Joel Embiid is the key. Ben Simmons isn't the central figure in a team.
No.
So tell me the team he's leading somewhere. He couldn't even lead LSU to the NCAA tournament.
Well, I can't.
In the SEC. Come on, man. Like where's this dude leading you to?
There's 2 things that I don't want to hear anymore. One is that, he's going to go somewhere else and develop a jumper, and he's going to be a three-pointer. That's not going to happen. A. B.
I don't care. Go develop a jumpers.
And that'll be on him if he does that, and he didn't do it here. But he's not going to do that. B. He's a jump shot away from being LeBron James 2.0, which is also nonsense. He needs a heart transplant if he's going to be any type of player that you're going to compare him to or whatever. Ben Simmons is what he is. And I don't want him to play another game as a 76er. Let's go to Rios in North Philly. Rios!
Yo, Hard Chargers.
What's up, Rios?
Yo, y'all just give me a sec, all right?
Talk to him.
This coward right here, and I've seen cowards in my life. Y'all don't know how my blood boils. I'm not playing no games. This guy You, Ben Simmons, you mad because nobody wants to birth you and change your diaper? A grown man gets. Look how fortunate you are. The millions you get. Let me tell you something, Ben Simmons. Your manhood is stripped. The only people who are going to want to be around you is your family. Trust me, anybody else, they only going to want to be around you because of your money. Because you know what? You are a sucker. And when I tell you this, you're the definition of a sucker. I'm not playing no games with you guys. And, yo, let me tell you something. Your skirt is pulled all the way up, sis. Your skirt is pulled all the way up. In my city, and I'm going to tell this to the nation, to the fans. The hell with everyone in the nation that think we're bad fans. The hell with everyone in my city who are powerless. But I'm going to say this to the organization of the Philadelphia 76ers. You set precedents. You created this monster. Now, you know what y'all going to do is fix it. So this should be the example to not let no damn babies out here be able to take control like that. Because he's a sucker. And this puts down on us in the city. The people who pay for the tickets and everything have to deal with this dirty diaper crap. Say no more. I'm out.
Okay.
There he is, Rios. In a somewhat predictable phone call. He's been enraged by Ben Simmons for a long time now. Yoshi. Yoshi in Brewery Town. Yoshi.
I heard that.
Yoshi. Yo.
Hey.
What's up, Yoshi?
Jackie, baby. Hey, man, what's up, fella? Hey, real quick, what's the name before I say what I got to say? Hey, Ike Reese, I meant to say it yesterday, baby. Hey, man, you're a beautiful individual. You're a role model. I love the way you conduct yourself. You came up from the dirt. What's the name? You made your way through life. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday, Ike Juice. Happy belated birthday to you.
Man, I love Ike Reese.
Man, I meant to say that yesterday, bro.
Appreciate it, Yoshi.
Hey, man, real quick. He a noodle. He a nut. I want him off my team. This dude has no heart. Like Howard said, like you've been saying, give me a competent guard and get me some solid players and let Ben go. He's not going to get – he's not going to go nowhere else and shoot better free throws. He's not going to go nowhere else, take nobody off the the dribble and shoot a 15-footer. What's the name? He's not going to go nowhere else and get better. B making your game is messing up your game. B should be making your game better because they paying attention to him. So you should be destroying cats. Yo, if he was back in the day with them big cats, what's the name, like Anthony and Tracy McGrady, he wouldn't have been able to hold them. They would have been cooking him. He don't even look at last year. He took time off when he had to see some good people. In the East? In the playoffs? He didn't stay on the best guy. And like Jimmy said, he's guarding guys smaller than him. I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not the second best player on the team. He's the third best. You think we gonna get a Lillard? You think we gonna get a Booker? I'm gonna tell you right now, you make a few stops a game, but you need buckets all game. And them guys give us buckets all game. So ain't nobody gonna give up nothing like that for him. Give me a good, solid guard. Give me some nice, solid pieces. And get this crispy rice cat out of town. Straight up.
All right, Yosh.
Wow. Woo,
appreciate
it.
Yeah, I agree that you definitely trade him. I'm just not like you bring up like a good scenario of Morey says, all right, get your trade offers together. On Sunday, I'm going to go through the trade offers and I'm going to make a decision. But what if the trade isn't anything that you're looking for? And I'm not looking for Damian Lillard. I'm not looking for an all-star in return. But what if it's still a role player 1, role player 2, first round draft pick, right? Like I can be patient but I'll send him home. He's not coming back. I'm not playing this game where I'm going to try to bring him back so I can find him and then try to bring him back and find him again. I want him out of here. But I also can just send him home, and I can wait this out to see if something else develops where another team gets involved.
Okay. I mean, listen, I vote for trading ASAP, but if the alternative is I send him home and he gets paid but he's not a distraction. We don't have to answer any more questions about him. Our team can move forward, this and that and the other.
We both agree that
out of sight, out of
here.
mind.
Yeah,
out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to talk about him.
Nope.
I mean, the team is boarding a plane, headed to wherever it is they got to play, New Orleans. And I got Daryl Morey, standing on the entranceway,
Hey, John. Hey, Mark. How you doing?
dapping up all the players as they get on the plane. And is this not a photo op?
And they're probably thinking
he's on the phone talking. He knows this is being filmed.
So that's why he's there doing it, rat.
He's on the phone right now making phone calls.
See that?
He's taking phone calls. People are calling him. Ben got sent home, so everybody's calling.
Yep.
Why else is he standing outside greeting every player on the phone?
Jack, I would love to be a fly on the wall on that plane when Joel's eating his Shake Shack or whatever, and they're talking about what just happened at practice.
Seriously, why is Daryl Morey standing right there greeting everybody on the plane? You're not the coach.
I'm just riffing, baby.
So, and you're on the phone, and you're standing out in the wind, in the cold. If you're on an important phone call, Mr. GM, wouldn't you be inside the plane?
Speaking.
Well, maybe you want to use the wind as an excuse for why he's breaking up. No, I can't hear you.
I'm trying to figure out why else would he be standing outside in front of the door greeting every player on the phone, no less, just to greet them.
Yeah.
If you just don't want to be seen
Support.
doing it.
Like, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, look at me. I'm on the phone trying to make a deal.
Yeah, I bet you that's what they're wondering. Like, are you getting this dude up out of here today?
Well, do you think he's trying to make a deal, or do you think he's talking to Rich Paul?
Right. I don't think he's talking to Rich Paul.
I think he's talking to Rich Paul.
I don't think anybody's talking to Rich Paul right now.
Oh, you best believe they sent Ben Simmons home. Rich Paul made a phone call. You better believe
on line
that.
one.
You better believe that.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure they talked to. I'm sure they talked to Rich Paul, but I don't know how.
This makes us guy just suspended him for a game.
Yeah,
I guarantee you his agent called.
I don't know how long the conversation is with Rich Paul, but they have to. Here's what I don't want them to do. I don't want the game to be played of, okay, Ben, you're back off suspension. Practice today, game tomorrow. Got to meet with the media. Because don't we already know how that's going to work out? Like, if you force him to do this, he's going to act out. He's already done that. So now you're going to force him to do it again? Yeah, maybe he'll come to practice and maybe he'll now go through the drills and won't refuse because he doesn't want to get fined and suspended again. But is he really into it? And do his teammates know? Of course his teammates know that he's out. Rather, nothing good comes from this, trying to make him play. He's going to get what he wants, which is traded. That's fine. In due time, he's going to get what he wants. That's fine. That's fine.
The only ones who aren't going to get what they want are the Sixers.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
1 hour from now, a little bit less than 1 hour from now, 4:45, the Glove, Gary Payton, will join the show to give his opinion on what's going on with Ben and being
NBA
suspended.
Opens up tonight.
Yes.
NBA's back tonight. Ring night in Milwaukee.
How about that?
Ring night in Milwaukee. KD, James Harden. You guys aren't hoop fans. I'm in. Tuesday night.
Oh, come on, we got Pavetta starting a game 4.
Looking to go up 3-1.
Lord LeBron.
Your Lakers.
Taking on Golden State. Yeah.
Is Clay playing? Is he back?
I don't think so. But it's a doubleheader tonight, so I'll be in on that.
The NBA on TNT?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll have something. Charles Barkley and company will have something to say about.
It's the biggest story in the NBA right now, besides Kyrie not getting vaccinated.
Every time I look up at the TV, there's either Embiid or Doc.
Biggest story in the NBA today.
Yep. All right, let's go to actually our Twitter question brought to you by Mark's Jewelers. Mark's Jewelers in Montgomeryville. Engagement season is here. Shop the best selection of diamond engagement rings in the area with my jeweler, Mark's Jewelers in Montgomeryville. Ben Simmons, what do you do? Pay him to stay home or trade him ASAP? Or, really try to make it work, which is, I don't think anybody's voting for that. Or tell him, keep bringing him back and fine him if he won't play. I mean, you're just being spiteful if you're doing that, which the 76ers may actually be doing. We'll see. Let's go to Steve in South Philly. What's up, Steve? How are you?
What up, dudes?
What up, Steve?
What's up, Steve?
Yo, man, first of all, I'd like to point something out. When you're dealing with people that are very wealthy, and I didn't say rich, wealthy, there's a difference. Petty means a different kind of thing. And if anybody was watching this timeline carefully, do you want to know when the petty really started? when all the crazy leaks started coming out from this guy's camp and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit after the pictures came out with Joel Embiid playing tennis with the GM. Really,
Doubles.
real cool.
Yeah.
Getting the money together. The timeline, if you go back, it's almost instantaneously. Oh, you out here playing tennis with dude. Oh, okay. Oh, the dominoes started falling left and right after that. And I already knew it was about to be the most pettiest thing ever. Because at this point now, it's not even about business on either side. And what I had said, actually, I called in a while ago, and I brought up the Texans' old owner that he used to have this whole mantra about don't let the inmates run the asylum and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
It's like the way that they have that team right now, what they're doing with Deshaun is probably what Mike's going to have happen with this guy.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, it's like if you keep him around, he's going to be a problem. However, you're in the position where you have a valuable asset, and even if it was one of y'all and you were selling a car on eBay and it was something worth like 40 or 50 grand, if you only had 2 or 3 offers for like 3 or 4 grand piece, you're not going to give it to them. You're going to wait, and it might take you a minute. It might have to sit in the garage for a while, but the first sensible offer that happens, that's what's going to happen. So to me, it not being emotional, if I'm really being a business person, I would let him sit until I get a real offer that's actually worth his battle and stop all the petty back and forth, because all the rest of this ain't been about business at all.
Now, listen, that makes sense, Steve. And I guess I'm just ready to be done with him. So I'm more or less emotions as well, right? I'm telling everybody else, take your emotions out of it. I'm ready to be done with him, though, because I have no tolerance for him, and I didn't have much built up in him in the first place. So it doesn't matter to me moving on from him, because I think we're going to be fine without him. I think Thibault is just as good of a defensive player as Ben Simmons. And, yeah, I said that. I think Matisse Thibault is just as good, if not a better on-ball defender as Ben Simmons is. Now, we know Ben Simmons is a better athlete than Matisse Thibault, obviously a better ball handler, a better facilitator. I'm not telling you Matisse Thibault is a better overall player than Ben, but if I'm just looking at defense, yeah, Matisse Thibault was the defensive player of the year in college, and he just made the all-NBA defensive team. Ben Simmons became a defensive stalwart because he can't shoot. I ain't hear nothing about his defense at LSU. Who was he locking down then?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, no, like
exactly.
Matisse Thybulle's a role player.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's always been a defensive player, so his defense is just as good as Ben's.
Right.
My point is that you can fill out the role that Ben fills for this team. It's not that difficult.
No, it's not.
Nobody cares about rebounding. I didn't care about his rebounds. So rebounds are rebounds. But if you're just talking about defense, which he brings, and the ability to facilitate and get other guys involved, yeah, what the Sixers need to do now is find a distributor, a point guard.
Yep.
That's what they need to find.
Which they do not currently have on the roster.
But the defensive side of things,
yeah, they'll be fine.
Matisse can handle that.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
And you got another defensive player of the year candidate in Joel Embiid, who protects the rim, by the way, which is more important than a perimeter defender.
Ben Simmons' all-world defense didn't get him out of the second round this year, did it?
Exactly. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. 215-592-9494.
Celebrate him. Celebrate all the stuff he does well.
Man, Doc dug himself a hole he's never getting out of with that strategy and that behavior last year.
Good for him.
Yep.
Good for you, Doc.
I'll never give him a chance after that.
I'm going to keep throwing your GIF out there, too, every time I get irritated with the Sixers. Throw it out there.
Oh.
You and Daryl Moore, you two don't get to escape this either.
Your phone calls on Ben. What should the 76ers do? Also, we got to get a quick Jonathan Gannon cut. Might be the craziest quote of the season today at his press conference.
Going on?
It is going on.
Hey, Jonathan.
Wait till you hear what JG said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't wait to play this. This is coming up next. Marks and Reese on 94 WIP.
Hey, basketball season is back, And there's no better place to bet on the NBA than FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. Now, to celebrate NBA tip-off, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving new customers enhanced odds. That's right, you'll get 75-1 odds on any team to win on October 19th or the 20th, and that's actually today or tomorrow. Told you about the games that we have coming up tonight. I like them. I like the home team. I like the road teams in the game tonight. I like Brooklyn, and I like Golden State tonight. Now, if you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now's the perfect time to give it a shot. You know, I always talk about the fast payouts that you get. It's easy to register. The deposits are easy as well. I mean, placing your bet during games, you can do that in the NBA. That's what's great about betting on the NBA with FanDuel. You can do the in-game betting to also collect some dough. Now, FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 94 WIP. And see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. All you have to do is download the FanDuel Sportsbook app, then sign up using promo code IKE to get 75-1 odds on any team to win on October 9th or the 20th. That's promo code IKE, and make every moment more this NBA season.
Hi, I'm John Favreau, host of Crooked Media's new weekly series, Offline with John Favreau. If you feel like the internet is breaking our brains, but you still can't put the phone down, this show might help. Each week, I'll be talking to people like Monica Lewinsky, Megan Rapinoe, Peter Hamby, and DeRay McKesson about all the ways our extremely online existence is shaping politics, media, entertainment, sports, business, and more. New episodes of Offline with John Favreau drop every Sunday on the Pod Save America feed. Listen on Odyssey or wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you cut the cord and are feeling bored with your streaming services? CuriosityStream can help. With thousands of documentary films and TV shows, let CuriosityStream put the science back in your screen time. Astound you with history come to life and wildlife that will reach out and grab you. We've got the fix for your nonfiction addiction. Watch us on any device, anywhere you are. Visit CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming now.
Are you looking for a truly special gift? At Boll & Branch, we don't just make products. We make experiences your loved ones deserve. I'm Scott Tannen, and my wife Missy and I founded our company to bring care to you and your family. We make the most comfortable sheets in the very best way. We do this by holding our supply chain to the highest standard. At Boll & Branch, we source pure organic cotton to make soft, toxin-free sheets. The workers who make our sheets are paid fairly and have come to feel like family. And we don't just make sheets. We make pillows, bath towels, robes, and so much more. Each gift is truly special and makes a difference your loved ones will feel. Even better, they come tied with a bow in our special holiday packaging. Our best deals of the year are going on now. Visit bollandbranch.com for free shipping and returns.
Experience a new standard of comfort at bollandbranch.com. That's BOLL and branch.com. Promo code DREAMS.